Nebraska versus Indiana Hoosiers, full game with the breakdown. Let's go. We know Nebraska runs some 5-out, a lot of 5-out, electrician 3. We also saw Indiana, a lot of flare screens, motion action, double screens as well. So we've taken a look and we've linked both offenses down below. We've seen both these teams play 2-3 times. Let's see what happens here, guys. Let's play after. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about both these teams here. Some round-up action. We're looking at this 5-out action by Indiana already getting into it. Into a cross screen, down screen usually. Yep, we saw a down screen there. Into another screen there. Very good action by Nebraska. You see that, guys? It was a down screen into a back screen, cross screen, double screen. Good action. Indiana. I'm drinking from my canteen too, guys. Gets parched here. Try to go 4 out, 1 in here. Swing, swing. One thing I want to see from both these teams is we've seen what happens when these teams get stagnant a little bit. Whereas we've seen both teams not really get into their offense much. So we know what Nebraska wants to do offensively. We know what Indiana wants to do offensively. We know Indiana's a pack line defensive team, right? And Nebraska's been very aggressive off baseline drives. You know, after watching their last game, I wonder if they're kind of... Right here we have point over the top action, really good action. Right here, guys, tall all the time. Point over the top action. Pass, or we call it split in the top, split post. If we go right here, if we go to the... strong side, point on the top, point strong, screen right here, a lot of different things we can do. If they pass away, it's going to be a point away action, but over there they do a flare screen on the weak side. But I was talking about Nebraska's defense is maybe it's a little bit like Baylor, Texas Tech a little bit, where that like no middle type of defense, right? Where you force things baseline, you trap out of it, and overhelp on there. Don't quote me on that, but it definitely seems like that's what Nebraska's doing a little bit too, to an extent. Very good action by Indiana. Moving foul, okay. Moving screen. We know Coach D is a big pack line guy. Used to be a gap line guy. Gap defense. Very good action here. Okay. I got to give 1 out of 3. Yeah, that's tough right there. That can't happen. That cannot happen. Ready, India. Let's see what we have here. Pass out here. Flare screen. It's like a double flare screen. Swing the ball over. Very good. So we see this action a lot. This is a turnover. We see this happen a lot more in the college game, especially. It happens in the NBA game. But we see this happen where we're just going to loop around here. We set a screen sometimes or double screen. But we see a loop out here. And what this does is kind of makes defenses who either hard hedge, ghost, even if you down screen, just gives a little bit of a different look. Right here we saw like a screen action into him. But we've seen this, and that's how to attack a couple of different defenses, different look, where it's attacking the fade, or the ghost defense is hedging a little bit, and it makes it so that that loop is tough to defend because teams kind of are more aggressive off the ball screen, and they lose track of their guy, and we've seen some shots happen because of that loop. I don't know what you guys want to call that action, but I've seen that loop action play a couple times for the ball screen. Screen away action, Nebraska, okay. Triple handoff, two-man game action. We know this guy is a big focal point for Nebraska. Get a lot of threes on here, a little bit of matchup problem here. We know that if he has a good night, then Nebraska, the ball is going to be pouncing. A little bit of dribble motion there. Absolutely. Both these teams are going to shoot the 3, right, guys? We talked about this before in prior videos. Both these teams, if they have daylight, they're going to make it rain, make it shoot. They're really going to pop from 3, and you got to respect that. Almost like a Euro ball screen type of look here. They go continuous 4 out, 1 in. Good defense by Indiana there. Again, you can tell this team is a gap line team. Maybe not as good as Michigan State, but the building blocks are there. Nebraska, top 10 team in the nation too. Let me know what you guys think they are worthy of their rating. Let me know what you guys think. Blob action here. Just some cross screens into back screen. To screen there, very good. And we're going to see how Indiana really guards these screens here. So far, just going through, really typical. Nothing major right here. Yep, going to gap over. And that's just, this right here is I know you guys don't like the NBA if you watch these videos, but this is something that Oklahoma State Thunder we're doing a great job of. Other teams don't. We're just being 2 places at once, right? Look at this. When I have dribble drive penetration here, right? And look at this. Just puts pressure on this guy. First of all, this guy, even though this is a good three-point shooter, he's got to be in the gap more, right? But even if he's not in the gap, though, what we got to do is got to be more aggressive in the gap up here. So when this penetration happens right here, what you want to see is you don't want to be flat right here. You want to be in the gap, which is right here up aggressively, so you're taking two places at once. This is really poor defense because you're just allowing it. You're just nowhere. You're supposed to be two places at once, but you're two places nowhere. You're in the Wild Wild West, in the middle of nowhere, in the desert, because now you're not going to stop the drive, right? And you're not going to stop the three here, so you want to be more up the line, more in a gap position. Still in the gap, right? But we want to be up more in that gap area. Like where my mouse cursor was. Yeah, we've seen this too with Nebraska. Just I don't want to say they're a no-middle team. Maybe they can be, right? But right here, look at the stance here. This leads me to believe it because I've been seeing a little bit going back. It's like, man, they really force baseline. Then when you do have baseline, they just rotate and they really sink and fill and help out a lot. Good action by Indiana. Good job. And even though you know that's coming, it's still not easy to game plan for. Good closeout. Again, 51 is a big target. You're definitely going to want him to put the ball on the floor. You want 51 to drive. You don't want him getting shots up from the three-point land. This is exactly what you want for Indiana. And you got to transition here. We talk about fast break points all the time, but got to transition out of this. All right, let's get some screens action. This is why I want to see Indiana. I want both these teams not get stuck here, especially Nebraska. They've shown they're a very good defensive team, top 25. You got to move the ball. Got to get, and not just ball movement. It's got to be player movement as well. Swing. Very good. Good defense by Nebraska. Again, you've got to get the ball moving. Got to get screens, flare screens, double screens. Get some motion going, guys. And if you don't want to get into your motion, you got to run some set plays in. We'll talk about it later when we see it. All right, we're going to split the post here. Yep. Pass the ball to post, split the post. Very good. You'll take that for Nebraska, absolutely. And that's what I talked about earlier, Mitch Matt Prom. I think, don't correct me for a moment, he's probably going to get a first-team all-conference. Right, guys? What do you guys think? Good dribble drive action here. That's fire. Yep, rotate. And you got to, you can't hesitate on that. You just got to cut and make that pass. Got to cut and make that pass there. And a good question is, hey, when you cut, when you stay at home there, honestly, more NBA teams are starting to cut more out of it. So if that's what NBA teams are collectively doing, I think we got to get more used to cutting off of those drives if you're the corner person. In transition here. Again, we know both teams want to shoot the three. We know that. Let's see Nebraska get into it. Let's see what they want to do here, Nebraska. Gotta close them out. Good job by 51. You're okay with that for Indiana. Scouting report says do not give him any three. Guarantee it. Simple, just really simple, solid blob. I mean, get screens. And the biggest thing why that worked is it bodies on bodies, right? I'm going to hedge it out right there. Number 12 is going to see daylight. I'm going to shoot it. That's okay. You're okay with that? For both teams, right? Indiana, you're okay with him getting three, and Nebraska, you're okay with air ball. We're going to switch that, Indiana? Yep. Fronting. If we're going to front, we're going to do some. So when we want to see that fronting, I want to see a weak side flash, right, guys? We talk about it all the time in some of our videos here. Good action. Little Nebraska. Step up into a step screen. Some people call that hammer. Gotta be on target. Gotta be on target here. Gotta make passes on target against this team. This is a good defensive team. You gotta move his feet. It's one thing to move your feet, but if you're gonna move your feet and jump and think you're a la Steve Nash, you've gotta hit him in the target. You gotta make a damn good pass. None of that BS passing. You want to play like an NBA player, then make sure you're official like an NBA player. Make that shit. Seen a lot. Guys just jump when they don't need to, right? It's frustrating. Very good by Nebraska. This is just great. Look at this. Look at this. This is just textbook, just upline, on the line, aggressive defense, right? We're just two places at once here. Look at this. Right here. Nebraska side. Look at this player here. Look at this player, 31. Ready? Watch this. He is going to be up the line, deny that pass there, and close out on the dribble drive. Very good. It's exactly what you want to see. If you're an up the line, on line, aggressive team, that's how you stunt and then recover. Stunt and recover, being aggressive up on the line. And our assistant coach, Max, likes that. I've been getting a lot of copyright strikes, guys, so I'm going to figure out a way to kind of... It's weird because I thought a big network or CBS or any of these networks would really copy strike me, but it's been two other small, like Veritone and XOS Digital Sports, which I'm not sure who they are, but a lot of copy strike. We don't do this for the money anyways, but it's kind of all that they want to get my 50 cents. Shout out to them, though. Hey, take my 50 cents. It's all right. Good job. Almost like split action there. Good job. Be aggressive, double the post there. Very good. Could have done one more, but he likes to shoot it. Okay. Yeah, that one more pass can be huge against very aggressive teams like Nebraska defensively. Very good. Yeah, this is what Nebraska's just good at. It's just really solid screen, come over, good action. Reminds a little bit of UConn, guys, right? Reminds a little bit like UConn, where just misdirection into reaction, re-screen action. Gonna drive here, nothing there. That's a tough shot. It's a tough shot. Let's get out in transition now. Yep. Gonna switch it. Can we switch back or not? You can do a weak side switch there too. Very good activity by Indiana. Very good defense by Indiana. Very good. Good sky. Way to get it on the loose ball. You guys love that, don't you? Let me know what you guys think about these getting down the floor on the loose balls. Let me know what you guys think about that. It's good action. Double screen action. We see it. Yep, twirl into it. Usually we see a ball screen or a flare screen. Look at this. This is just a great set here in Nebraska. Just action upon action. Reminds me of UConn action. Very good by Nebraska. Good. That's a good set by Nebraska. Very good. Flare screen to a 3, absolutely. We saw India running a lot more flare screens earlier this year. Off the post. Off drives. Offensive rebounds. Talk about all the time, guys, right? We talk about it all the time. Offensive rebounds are huge. What do we got here? He has two options. Chooses that one. Flare screen into it. Ball screen. Rescreen to a ball screen. Good action. Could have tried to get a shot there. Yeah, I think he could have tried to go for a foul there. This guy, yeah, right there. Let's go for a shot. Lean in. Guess he still got the shot off, though. What are we in, Indiana? What are we in here? What are we in, Indiana? Man, these passes, Nebraska's really good ball pressure, but Indiana's definitely not be able to make those passes there. But we talked about it. That's one thing that's hurt Nebraska a little bit with Michigan State. Other teams are able to skip passes down, so just put a little bit more ball pressure in. Understand, hey, that's definitely what's going to beat us. It definitely hurt Baylor and Texas Tech when they ran that type of defense. Again, I'm not saying they're running that type of defense. They might be, but that's what it's looking like here with the rotation baseline. At least a lot of the same skeletons of it. Iowa State, I think, was running 2 years ago under TJ, right? Iowa State fans. So I like this action here, man. Really good stuff. Lose the shoe, right? Is that a shoe? All right. Respect. Yep, picks up and throws it. Nice. Tough shot. Tough shot. You're okay with that if you're Indiana, though. Alrighty. 3-point ball game, man. This is just exactly where you want to be with both teams. You're okay with it. Moving over here. Almost like a zone look a little bit. It might look like a zone look a little bit. Nebraska was playing a little bit of zone with Michigan State. I think Synergy had them at a tiny bit of zone possessions. where I'm surprised more and more teams don't do a matchup type zone. Let's see, where we split in the post, we screening, what are we doing here? Yep, good action. What do we have here? Screen, screen. Yep, you guys see that when you just move the ball in the post. We're setting the post, setting screens. Very good. Absolutely. I want to do a better poster there. We don't want to hit air. But okay. Not as many offensive rebounds as we've seen in other teams, right? One and done, get after it. Very good. Gonna rotate. Very good. Double screen. Yeah, this is what I love. I just want to see more teams run this double screen action. You know, UConn does a good job of it, but just something that gives you it's easy to implement really quick and do it in secondary transition. A lot of options, especially for these shooting teams. Switch back. Yep, very good. Aggressive. What are we going to do here? Trap it or hedge it? Yeah, they've been aggressive on these ball screens. Nebraska's been very aggressive on ball screens throughout the whole way. And that's what Nebraska is. Again, I don't want to say that it's like Iowa State or Texas Tech's defense, but it's definitely close. If you guys know those teams a little bit, look at this. You reject that first screen, take the second screen. Love that. Love it. That's why I'm saying more teams that run these double screens. But that's what I mean by that, where there's a lot of skeletons are there. The Texas Tech, Baylor type defense. We're going to force baseline, force you weak side, force you sideline. No, nothing in the middle. Be aggressive here. You're going to have to fight for catches, fight for passes. Yep, look at 15. Just stabilize the ball here. Going to get it here. Now we're going to keep it on that side. Yeah, communication wasn't there. Yeah, it's tough to win road games, guys, in conference. No matter where you're at, it's always tough to win conference. Rescreen. It's just tough. Take it from me as someone, if you've coached, even in high school maybe, college, especially in college at all levels, it's just tough to win on the road, guys. It's always tough to win on the road for the most part. Good contest there. What do we got here, Indiana? Rotations there, very good. So how do we counter this rotation? We saw Michigan State do a good job in spurts where they're making that pass out of that trap very quickly, right? And they got their bigs, rotate it, get the trap out. So that's one thing I want to see Indiana do a better job of. Like, it's having the same thing on their point guard twice now. It's okay to be aggressive and drive base. When we do that, we want to make sure we have the floor balance and we're looking, hey, if we're going to get trapped, we got to make sure we're able to see our next man, get open pockets and windows so we can zoom. And it's not the first pass that's going to beat him. It's not the first pass that's going to beat this defense. You have to make that extra pass against this defense, right? Because they're going to be able to really clamp on that first pass, that second pass out. That one more pass that's going to be open. If you can't get that early skip. Alrighty. This happens a lot to some teams, especially the weaker teams here, right? It's okay to slip this early, but if we're gonna slip this, let's slip it right here. So then we're playing 4-on-3 almost, right? Like an NBA concept. I literally did a video on this a week ago. If you guys look at my last video of it as it's recording, we talked about what NBA teams do in that type of situation. One thing I want to see teams do a better job of it in college against teams that are really aggressive off ball screens, which, again, Nebraska's not going to let you just do whatever you want off some ball screens. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to force you to really have to make that extra pass. They're going to space the floor. They're going to put you on the test defensively. It's part of the reason why they're undefeated here, guys. Drop step. Very good. Classic. It's like back in if you guys played basketball back in summer camp, just that drop step drill. Absolutely. Look for a flare screen here. It's going to be a down screen here. Yep. Rotate over it. Yep. So what I want to see here is also when we drive here is when we make this drive, get back into this drive here, right? We can drive this and get a 45 cut in right here. What that'll do is suck it up so that when we have this pass, we have an open window, where we have that action. We see that a lot. We're just secondary cut. This is an okay cut too. If we're gonna cut this, that's an okay cut too. We just gotta be able to make that cut hard and fast. Draw that extra defender so we can kind of make it so after the first two dribble we can just skip it out. And this guy, if you're gonna not go away from the ball, you want to go to the ball a little bit too to beat that safety route and get this guy open a little bit so this guy can now wheel around. Kind of going different dribble drive concepts here, but that works too. Where we saw the Miami Heat video, we say where if the ball is going towards you, you go one spot away. Ball's coming away from you, you go one spot close to the ball. So if the dribble is coming at you, you want to go one spot away. If the dribble is coming away from you, you want to go one spot close to the ball. Look at the Miami Heat video if you guys want to understand it more. Double screen action, very good. Yeah, he's looking for a screener to screener. Very good. Yep, that's the pass right there. We talked about it with Michigan State and other teams. This is the pass that you're going to have to make a few times a game because most teams don't like to skip pass, right? High school, college, even NBA, you don't see a lot of skip passes. Against this team, you are going to have to skip pass. And yes, you're going to get some open threes, but you got to make sure it's a good skip pass. It's on target. Nebraska going to give you those passes, but you've got to be able to seek them, find them, and make them, have the confidence to make them. Because if you don't make those passes, this defense is going to be very, very tough to score on. Oh, it's Trae Young's brother for a second. Look at this action. Yep. A lot of different actions off these. This is a great set play too, right? But take a look at this though, right? A lot of different actions you can do out of this, right? So many different set plays here, right? Pass over here. We got a back screen happen here. Pass out here. Then we can have some action. We can set this ball screen right here. He has two options here. Takes that. Could have been a back screen here. Likes to take that. And a lot of different actions here and takes it. Very good action right now. I could go on and on. That's why I'm just like flipping my words here. You can go action upon reaction where there's different reads there, but very good action. Because Indiana can run that same play, but they can get different actions out of that. Love it. Ready for the rotations. Gotta get that. Yep, gotta get that. Could be one and done. Indiana, 7-point ball game. To the half. Very good. In transition, very good. 2 for 1 or not? Nope. Yeah, if we're going to go 2 for 1, you got to go sooner. Now you got to hold for 1. You don't know how many teams, especially years ago, would just, at the Division 3, Division 2 level, would just be really dumb here. And we'll just give the opponent last shot. And it's not just coach, just players, you know. Yep, he looked for it, and Nebraska was there to take it away. Keep it on the drive there. Look at this. I think that's Tucker. Yeah, it's just bad pass. Pass. Move on the rails. Don't like that. All right, let's see what the adjustments to both teams to make. I think Indiana's gonna get into their action here. Handled that defense pretty good. I want to see him do a better answer to their hedge ball screen. I think Nebraska's be in fine position too. Only down by 9 heading into half. What I want to see Nebraska do is just continue your defense, but offensively, get the ball into the post a little bit more, get into your actions. See how Indiana's going to guard you here. You can make some set plays out of that in the last 5. 10-point ball game, okay. On cue, getting the ball in the post, right? And just playing out of that. Getting your actions out of it, yep. Because one thing Indiana is, correct me if I'm wrong, Indiana fans, but I do think that in terms of depth, Indiana is a team that has a really good starting 5. They got a little bit of depth, but if you get them in foul trouble, it gets a little bit shaky for them. You can say the same for Nebraska a little bit too, but that's one thing I've noticed about Indiana in some of their games earlier. Maybe it was injury, right? I guess maybe it was also injury as well. Or just seemed like they had to play some of their bench. It was just a little bit of a drop-off double screen action. Very good. Come off it. Yep. He had it. That's okay. It's okay for both teams. I can't quite get that. In transition, very good. Yep, swing, swing. Yep, and like I told you, it's the second pass there. Spacing is really bad there. You got to get out of there. Yep, everything was good there with the spacing. You have two guys up in the same space. Good shot though, very good. Indiana up 13, guys. How are we feeling about this? Nebraska's in a fine spot here. Just run your stuff, get into your actions here. Whittle down IU. A lot of ball game left for both teams. Just continue to be aggressive in Nebraska. Just pressure, pressure. Because once you get a nice little lead, one thing with this type of defense, I hate talking about these type of things, but when you play these type of defense like Nebraska does, is like if you can get like most coaches call a kill 3 stops. If you can get 2-3 stops in a row, the type of defense just obviously any defense you play, any team you get energizes you, but it really makes it like shit. It just gets you kind of frustrated if you're the opposing team with the type of this defense. So this pack line 2, same thing, where just get stops, get after it. You're okay. Run your stuff. It's gonna be fine. So coach, what I gotta tell your guys, you do gotta keep taking good shots though. Can't be forcing shots. Good pass there. Good job. Pull up. You're okay with that if you're in Nebraska. And if you're at Hoiberg, all you tell your team is that, hey, next media, let's get it down to 10. Let's get it down to 10 next media. 11-10. Those are the things that every coach in America says, guys. Like, hey, let's get it down. Every time media, hey, let's get it down to 8 points. Let's get down 4 more points in media. If you get down 4 more points every media, then guess what? The last media, you're going to be within 6 to 7 points. Winnable. Oh, wow. This is a big lead here. All right. Get to the line, though. I noticed Nebraska's gotten to the line 2 last 3 times. Very good. Hopefully they can make the free throws. Good contest there. Alrighty. In transition, very good. That's a shot you're okay with. Seen him a few times here. Putting the ball on the floor, okay. Second chance points. Talk about all the time, right, guys? Second chance points. Very good. Look at Indiana. They came to play today, guys. Oh, wow. Sparks, signs of life for Nebraska. Signs of life. You gotta love how they shoot the 3, guys. They're ready to shoot the 3. Pass happens. All right. What are we in here? What are we in? What are we in Indiana? This is exactly what I talked about earlier. We don't want to get Indiana stagnant at offense. With this lead, you just don't want that. You just don't want that. You want to get into your offense, get into your stuff. This is where a coach, he's got to make sure he's up if their motion is slacking, if it gets stagnant. That's right, Coach Max. Coach Max. Meowing. Agreeing. Oh, Bruce Weber, huh? Nice. That's awesome. One of the good guys. Bruce is one of the good guys. Swing, swing. Baseline, very good. Ready to take that away, very good. No one's ready to take that away. That's very good. How do you guys think both these teams are going to end up at the end of the year, heading into March? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Good drive. Got wide open shot. You got to make that. Yep, got to make that. All right, Nebraska's chipping away, guys. Seen Indiana be stagnant 2 of the last 3 possessions, too. Call a set play out, coach. Nebraska feels it right now. Look at them. Very good. All righty. Handoff to screen. Very good action there. Gotta make that. Gotta make that's a block. Oof. Gotta make that. Yep, that's about a slot. We needed that blob there. All right, more of a set play. Wasn't really blob, but wide open. Gotta hit that. Gotta hit that. Alrighty. Nebraska feels it. Yeah, they're energized here. So Indiana's got to run some stuff here. Indiana's got to run some stuff. What? Okay. Yeah, you're going to get that call. What are we in? Going to ISO, attack the big here. Interesting. They're going one-on-one here. Offensive foul. Alrighty. Yeah, or get into your point action for Indiana. I just don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. You just got to get into your stuff there, guys. These pull-up jumpers are going to be a win for any team in the especially in this conference. Just if you're just jacking up pull-up jumpers, it's going to be tough to win games in this conference. Screen, come up there. Very good. Offer screen. Good look. Good action. One thing I've noticed is teams don't shoot off screens as well as I thought. That's one thing I've noticed, stat-wise. Tough to obviously, it's tough to shoot off of a screen, but it's not as good as I thought. Yeah, he's telling him to get back because he knows that Nebraska is just, they smell it. Point away action almost. Talked about it earlier. Point away action to a quick three. Okay. Ball was the high post. You know what we do here? Very good. One more. Yeah, we talked about the one more pass. You're going to have to really use that. Got to make that shot. That one more pass is that first shot initially is you think it's open but not because the teams are scrambling. That second pass we talked about earlier where it's going to be tough. That second shot's really what we're going to get a look at. That's a tough shot in transition. Yeah, that's basketball, guys. That's a basketball. It's probably going to be a tough out right now and will be for the rest of the season. Talk about those skip passes there. Guys, everything we've talked about in the first half of things you got to do, Indiana is not doing. And we talked about how this defense is just suffocates a little bit too with the way they play, the energy. Alrighty. Still plenty of game left though. Alright, post. Get into your second option here. Dribble handoff. Yeah, get into your second option here. If that's not there, it's okay. Get into it. Very good. There you go. Go hard. It's all right, though. To number one, you got to go hard. Got to make that very good. At the highest levels, you just got to have players make plays. Sometimes players, not plays, win games as well. Got to know that. Tie ball game just like that. 11 points to go. Nebraska loves this. Dribble handoff. It's just stagnant by Indiana, you know. And if we're doing dribble drive, at least we got to get some pitches going. So there you go. Very good. It's okay to go dribble drive here, but we got to make sure we have the ball moving. East to west, get matchups. Double screen happening there. Yep. Good action. You scrambling. Very good. Good post play. Again, what you want to happen is get away from the three-point line, make him put the ball on the floor, not through post really, but just drives. Blowing my nose, guys. Sorry about that. All right, 57 all. Let's see what Nebraska's going to run here. It's a simple split cut there. I call that a side screen. I don't know what you guys call it, but I always call it a side screen there. We're out in the perimeter. Guy sets a screen there, and you come off it, curl off it with the ball. All right, what are we going here, Indiana? What are we doing here? That's what I love motion. I'm not a set play coach, but these are the times we got to run some sets here. if your players just aren't getting into your motion, your dribble drive motion, your 4 out, 5 out motion, just get into it. Good screen there. Let's get out. Let's go. Dribble the hand off. Let's go. Dribble the hand off. Split a post. Yep. Cross screen. Cut. Good job, Nebraska. Yep. Tough shot. Yep. Saw that play again. Indiana does. Very good. Also attacks teams that down the ball screen too, right? Because you can't really switch that either. It's good with a lot of different coverages. We can maybe do a video about that in a few weeks. What that loop does. Rotate over. Okay. Got some fouls. Hit some free throws. Now we got to execute. Defend, execute. Both teams defend, execute. This is great for March. These are the games you want to be in as a coach secretly because it just tests your team out. You know what you're at physically, mentally. Who can play, who can't, who can handle the pressure. It's coming off to shoot that thing. It's just, you've got to be on. That's why they were playing them so tight earlier. You don't want to gap them up. Oh, wow, good save. Can we get it in transition? Man, we got a game here, guys. Tough. Trying to make that pass there. Good cut there, but can't make it. And Nebraska understands the reads here. They understand what's going on here. Man, just tough, yeah. Sorry, guys, I'm blowing my nose here. I got it. Last 2 minutes of this recording. We're doing this live, by the way, guys. That's why we love it. We do it live. It's how you get better as a basketball coach. You want to get your basketball IQ up. You go live. You think about, hey, what would you do with these adjustments? How would you adjust? What different things? We talk about that. And watching these videos will help make you a better basketball IQ person and also a better coach as well. Watch a bunch of these because I'm getting you into the mind of a coach. Coming to the game, I tell you what both teams are running offensively, defensively, how we're going to adjust, what we look at it. You always have that mind thinking. Alrighty. Crunch time here, guys. What are we in here? What happened to the sets that Indiana was running earlier? What the heck happened to that? I don't get this. It's really frustrating. Yeah, I don't get why Indiana's just not running their stuff. Like they had some really good sets there. We had some cross screens into back screens, cross screens into down screens. We're just not doing it anymore. Yeah, we got to make sure this guy's just a shooter. Good offensive rebound. Very good. Very good. Alrighty. Yeah, I think Indiana's got to have to call something here. I'm about to. You got it. Let's see set play. Let's see an action here. There we go. That's better. Into it. Yep. Screen. Yep. Very good. Saw them run it. That's a staple Indiana play there. Triple screen. We talked about it earlier in the IU offensive video. In transition. All right. Nebraska likes where they're at. It's nice if Indiana could run some stuff to know like what's working, what's not working, you know? Good dribble drive there. Good finish there. And a foul. Good way to attack the baseline, though, really quickly. That works, too. In fact, they've attacked it twice now. Got good looks here. Screen-to-screen reaction here, almost like flex action. In that deep, got a score there. Yep. Gotta get a shot there. I'm surprised I didn't get a shot there. Okay, that works too. Tough take there. That's a tough drive. Tough take. Six-point ball game. Some screens. Very good. Good action. Still good. They're moving the ball well. Three ball screen there. Good take there. Good job. Pump fake. Shot. Good job. And it might look like Nebraska's zone sometimes, but the reason why is because like they're literally on the help line. They just switch off. It's like what the Golden State Warriors used to do there. Who would just switch off because we're still in the help line a little bit. So it's not quite a zone, but on the weak side, they are zoning up in a way. And that's why I said earlier, just give me things like, it might be like the Texas Tech, Iowa State, Baylor, kind of like no middle type of look. Yep, and you see 21 there, drive to the baseline. So I'm not sure if it's exactly like that, but the concepts are there. Good drive. All right. Nebraska, that's a tough shot there. Pass out. And they can get that type of shot whenever they want, though. That's why I'm saying just the screen rescreen action that they were doing earlier is just really good. Seven-point ball game. Seen this a couple of times on Nebraska, just that ISO clear out. Come out there. Post. Very good. There you go. There you go. There you go. Is IU going to send their team up? Yeah, I'm about to say, I think IU could like do some pressure, zone press, something like that. Because all Indiana has to do here is just get a really good shot. One more shot, they squeeze it out. If they get a 3, that win percentage that we all like to see is through the roof for them. 10 seconds left, all right. Gotta shoot that, yeah. This could be dagger if it goes in. Yeah, I think this is dagger. I think IU should pressure their defense of the score here. I've seen teams just lay off and just like score here, then come back, and it's just really weird. Literally, I've seen coaches legit with their team just like they just fall back here into just a passive defense. Tough drive. Gotta get a shot up. What a way to end it for Nebraska. Very good. IU's got pieces there, man. Like they got the coach they want, fighting hard, getting after it. Very good. I think Nebraska's in a prime position to make a deep run too, right? They got their defense. So this is, again, the best defense I've seen Hoiberg's career here. This team plays a lot of energy offensive that make it hop. Move the ball around. Very good stuff here. You like to see that. Let me know what you guys think about both these teams in the comments below. I mean, you got to go for a steal or something. You got to foul and go for a steal. Steal and foul. Yeah. Steal and foul. Steal and foul. Oh, wow. Okay. Shouldn't change much here. Goes in probably. Nope. Foul. Okay. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you guys like what you see. And as always, keep your sights on basketball vision.